Hi guys, this is Jeff. I am Mars and Shay's daddy, and today is very exciting because it is one, the first time I've brushed my hair in 6 weeks, and two, my first time as Mystery Reader. So let's begin. I am excited. We're going to start with baby animals. So when I think of springtime, I think of all the baby animals being born. Or hatching, if they're birds. Let's begin. Baby bear holds his toes. He wants to be a circus bear when he grows up. He wants to make all the children laugh. Baby squirrel has come to see what his little cousin, the chipmunk, is so busy doing at the end of the long branch. Baby chipmunk has a delicious nut, and he is going to stuff it into his cheek before the baby squirrel gets it. They both like nuts to eat. Baby fox is full of mischief. He is hoping he will find a sleepy rabbit to chase, but the rabbits are hiding. Baby lamb is dancing over the hills and meadows. It is spring, and everyone wants to dance after the cold winter. Baby opossum is pretending to be dead, just pretending. If a big bad dog comes along, he will play dead and the dog will go away. Baby skunk is fooled by his playmate lying so still. Baby lion roars, "Arr!" just like his father. One day he hopes he will be king of the jungle. Baby tiger says, "You frighten me." Baby tiger looks like a great big kitten, and he loves to play like one. Baby giraffe is so tall that he has to bend down to stay in the picture. He never makes a sound, and he can run very fast. Baby monkey swings from branch to branch. She holds on with her 2 hands, her 2 feet, and with her tail. Baby orangutan also lives in the trees. He is putting a leaf on his head to keep the sun off. Baby kangaroo hops like 6 rabbits. He uses his big tail to keep his balance so he won't fall. Baby koala bear lives in Australia like baby kangaroo. He sleeps in the eucalyptus tree at night and eats its leaves in the daytime. So he never really has to go anywhere. Baby woodchuck has been asleep all winter long. Now she is eating tender grass and a small tasty root. Roots. Soon she will be very plump. Baby mink has just caught her first fish. She is going to show it to her mother and then eat it for breakfast. Baby rabbit has hopped away from his mother's side. His eyes are wide open. He sees a big bumblebee. "I don't think I will go any farther," he says. Baby raccoon washes his apple. He never eats anything until he has washed it first. He even washes a fish. Baby camel walks very well and can go for a day without drinking. He keeps food and water in his fat humps. Baby owl says, "Who's undressed and who's in bed? Who's awake and who's asleep?" The end. Our next book is called Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every spring in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. Where I grew up in Detroit, they call those jungle raves. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor, and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing, and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I am dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing," Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that I've ever seen!" "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how!" But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." The end. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. And I hope you have a great week. And be good to your mommies and daddies and teachers and therapists. Bye.